Hello. You are a bit dark there. Are we on? Welcome to Persona Grata. I'm Katie Eden Todd, and this is the first of our potluck persona interviews with our mystery guest, who's actually in shadow for some reason. Oh my God, we'll get the lighting right. Let's move over. Okay, we've been rehearsing where to sit with the light for half an hour.
That was right before.
It was, and now maybe the sun's moved, Jazzy. Keep moving over towards me. Okay.
Hello.
Welcome, Jazz.
Hi.
There was a reason that I asked you first. My intuition never stopped for about 6 weeks before I even started doing the lives. I'll just make sure we're going to get comments there. Before I even started doing the lives, I had this picture of sitting here in this room with Jasmine and interviewing her, and I couldn't work out why. Because how's your number one persona coping with the idea of doing an interview?
Yeah, it's panicking.
Panicking. So
Sparrow.
who are you? Sparrow.
Yep.
So what's the story your Sparrow has told about doing this interview? Tell me.
I can't do it. I'm not going to know what to say. I'm going to sound stupid. And I just feel all this nervous energy and anxiety, and I'm freaking out.
But then you did decide to do it, so
yes. No, I knew it wasn't an option to say no to Katie. Because I love this work and I know how important it is, how much it's changed my life, and I want everyone to know about it.
Oh, thank
you.
you.
really do. Like, I just wish I could talk to everyone about this language. So yeah, it's amazing. Life-changing work.
Life-changing work. And
yeah.
I've worked with Jazzy for a few years, and we're very good friends. We're very different.
Yes.
Primary Raven, Primary Sparrow. But we
opposite.
totally get each other, which is really lovely, and it's just unconditional. But the reason I think I was told, make it Jasmine that you have first up, is because she's a Primary Sparrow. There's so many Sparrows that are watching and who love this work and are genuinely wanting to find the light side of who they are. And I thought, if we could go through Jazz's life and talk to you about where you started, how you were as a little girl, what you were like, and where you got stuck, and now where you are in your life, I thought it would be pretty inspiring, actually, for people that, yeah, let's do it. I'm like that too. And so we're not just one persona though, Jazz. What else have you got?
So there's 6 there. So the second one, there's a pretty strong one too, is the Swan, the bloody Swan.
The bloody Swan. And what's your Swan come out like? So let's say we're doing Shadow just for the moment.
Oh.
So we do. Tell me what happens with the Sparrow first up. Let's
Sparrow gets all freaky and flappy, flap about, anxious.
What about offended?
Oh yeah, offended,
upset,
offended. Insulted.
How could you say that to me? Do you ever feel like people are patronising you,
yes.
treating you like you're stupid?
Yeah. I hate that.
You hate that. So Jazzy will get very insulted, very upset, and so she moves very quickly from Sparrow to Swan. And then how does your Swan then behave?
Oh, the Swan, prickly, pessimistic, and it gets pissed off because it doesn't like, it's annoyed at the Sparrow for being a bit pathetic, really.
Yeah. So you've got this contradiction and this opposition and tension inside
like,
of yourself.
Stand up for yourself, like.
Yes.
Oh, you did that, God, bloody hell.
So your Swan's really strong.
Yeah, the Swan, yeah, it is, but it can be quite dark and a bit grumpy.
I think I said in Years of Guide to Humans, Swans are addicted to grumpiness. They are. They're addicted to grumpiness. I'm addicted to judgment, so I'm very sweet. I'm nice to know as well. So, okay, so we go from Sparrow to Swan, and then what's the next one that comes up?
Then the Peacock.
The
Peacock kind of doesn't mind being on camera as well.
Kind of doesn't mind. There's the understatement of the century. Let me tell you, understatement of the century.
Loves the bubbles.
Loves the bubbles. Oh yeah.
Loves the dancing and the party and the fun and
Okay, great.
Glitz and glamour.
So these are the obvious top personas. If you know Jazz, you'll see these parts in her and you'll know her. What's the secret identity? What are the 3 that you've got underneath Jazz?
Dog. Oh,
yep.
So dog's the secret one.
Yep.
And then there's parrot.
Yep.
Which is...
Tell your story. So you're doing that today. You're being a light parrot, telling your true story.
Yes. And then the lion at home.
Isn't that interesting?
Yes, I did find that interesting, but that makes sense. The bossy and difficult in the home.
Your lovely husband will attest to this.
Yes.
So it's very helpful to know.
Poor
and
guy.
so the missing one, the missing animal for you, which is really crucial in this work, the missing animal is?
The beaver.
Yeah.
The worker bee. I mean, it's a little bit there, but it can be hard to get really self-motivated and to follow through and finish.
Yeah.
That's where my husband would get, he's like, the dishes, you're not quite there. Are you satisfied?
Yeah. So, because your sparrow will go from one to this, jump to this, all over the place.
You flit it in like, oh, I've got to do that. Oh, I need to do that. Oh, well, that's not been done. Oh, I've got to put the rubbish. So things get half done.
Yeah. Can any sparrows out there relate to this? That they've got multiple, it's the ADHD sort of tendencies or ADD tendencies, whether you're diagnosed or not, but where you scatter from one bit to another, not very grounded.
Yes.
And then you get overwhelmed, yes?
Very much so, oh my God.
Tell them about your week you just had.
Oh, this past week, I don't know what happened. I got sick with nausea and I just felt overwhelmed by the house. All of a sudden, everything just needed to be done. Decluttering and all these things that need to be done and things not working and yeah, a bit of a meltdown last week.
Yeah, and so
wasn't coping.
Everything got blocked.
Everything got blocked, including the sink.
Yeah, including the sink, which we've just cleared.
cleared.
So that'll help all the emotions move through.
Yes. Much better this week.
Much better this week. But it's interesting how things in the house can reflect where we're up to as well. So I think we were talking the other day about how Mercury retrograde, it's been very sluggish, heavy energy that we've all felt the last couple of weeks, yes?
Yes.
I've certainly felt it. I felt like I've been injected with chronic fatigue. I haven't been, but it's just felt like that really hard. It feels like it's lifting now, but if you felt like you're going through quicksand or sludge, you are not alone. But it's to make you slow down and reconsider and really look at what you're choosing and also strip off bits that we can't do anymore. Okay. So let's go and have a little look at who was Jazzy as a little girl. What were you like? If I was to have a video and I come and look in your house, and who were you as a little girl? What were you like as a personality?
I think I was fun and playful, a little bit, but shy, definitely shy.
Yeah.
I love my dancing and my arts and crafts and reading and as I got a bit older with things like baking and well, as a little girl though, yeah, I did my calisthenics and
yes.
I did like performing, being on stage, but also quite shy and I'd just sit there, don't say anything, don't rock the boat, don't draw attention to yourself. I don't know if that's more maybe the dog.
Yes, see,
well.
There it is, there's the dog. So you had the sparrow and the peacock thought they'd like to get out and perform.
Yes, yeah.
Did they like the sparkles and the colour of the costumes?
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. So with calisthenics, the bright mum would make these beautiful, like, sequined outfits.
And you would have just
felt, I love that.
Were you in your element then as a little girl?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I love
what was your dream? What did you want to do as a little girl? What did you think that you were here to do?
I thought I was here either to be, actually I remembered also a ballet dancer at the age of 5. I thought all girls were supposed to do ballet.
Yeah.
Or being a pop star, or just being on stage, or an actress, performing.
So performing was big.
Mm-hmm.
Performing was big.
Yeah, wanting to perform. And I did I did the calisthenics and I did the modelling later on in teen years.
Yes. But how was that for you?
It was fun and it was good actually. I really enjoyed it, being up on the catwalk.
Yeah.
But then teenage, becoming sort of a young adult and having to start work and then your body changing and then it just sort of faded away. That kind of life. And I had to go to work and then I worked in the corporate world for quite some time, which really wasn't for me.
So for a no beaver, for the people who are now getting into this language, for a sparrow and a peacock. So the peacock obviously loved all the dancing and the modelling. This is peacock interests. Yep. This is what you love.
Yep.
The dog loved the baking. The peacock likes the gourmet food as well.
Yeah, definitely like
the sparrow loves the arts and crafts.
Yes.
So you're doing all that stuff and there's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So hi, we've got some lovely people there. Thank you for tuning in, Natalie and Mel. Thank you so much, Cindy. It's lovely to see you guys. I told you they'd be nice. Yeah. I told you they'd be fine. So we had a little practice last night. Poor Jazzy was.
Oh my God, I was freaking out. I'm a lot better now.
You're really good, really good. So what's it like for someone, I talk about in the second book, which I'm writing now, when you're not aligned to your GPS, which is your primary persona, where you're supposed to be going, when you go and live a life and take a role that's not right for you, what happens? So what was it like for you in the corporate world? Rance is there. Go Jazz. Hi, from New Zealand. Hi, my darling. Hey. He's one of our persona
I miss
people.
you.
We miss you. So what was it like for you to have to kill off the peacock and the sparrow, even the parrot, and go into corporate?
And then, not knowing about that, then, it was horrible. Just, it's sort of like, you die a little bit inside. I don't know. That's probably a bit dramatic.
No. Is it
but
soul
being in a
destroying?
cube, it is soul destroying. Thank you. That's the word. It's soul destroying. You're standing at photocopiers and being in a cubicle and answering phones and
trapped.
Data entry and
there's no colour.
Oh my god, I felt trapped.
Did you feel imprisoned? This is the parrot sphere. I feel so trapped.
Oh my god, I did. Every morning not every morning I'd cry, but there'd be a lot of mornings I was just like, oh.
Yeah.
And
so there's a depression. You might
depression.
not be a diagnosed depression, but we all get depressed.
But I did actually
did you?
Yeah, I did actually get antidepressants around.
See, when you force yourself to be a role
yeah.
and do something that's not you and not aligned with your soul, that's where depression is. It's saying you need a rest from the role that you're forcing yourself to do. It doesn't align with your soul, and our energy is depleted, and it's soul destroying. I can so relate to this. I was a trumpet teacher, and I used to teach at private schools as I was doing my music degree and playing in orchestras at night. And I hated going into a little room without a window, listening to little kids play the trumpet really loud for 6 hours. I had so many migraines. It was just, I found it soul destroying, but I didn't know, well, what am I supposed to do? What else can I do? So, okay. So Jazzy, you have been moving out of that now. What's happening for you now? What are you passionate about? What's going on in your life now?
Now I get to work from home making raw cakes, which I really enjoy doing. That's a small part-time. I'm trying to manage to get to more hours doing that from home, and I work for a really great business that's more aligned with what I'm about, which is plant-based food and health.
So this is the Swan now, because we've talked a bit about your sparrow, we've talked about your peacock, we've even mentioned the parrot here and the dog. We've got the bossy line at home, but see, a lion's an entrepreneur, and so is a sparrow. So they like to work from home. They like to work for themselves. There's a strong business person in both of those personas.
There really is. Yeah,
there really is. You've always had that dream.
Yeah, but I've stopped myself from procrastinating. There's fear, laziness probably as well.
Yeah.
Not having the beaver, and I don't know if the dog gets a bit lazy. It's like, oh, it's too hard. Can't be bothered.
Too hard. Can't be bothered.
I think about all the work that would need to be done to make these things happen. I just go, oh no.
Yeah.
But enough's enough. I don't want to. I don't want to keep. I'm already changing that, I feel, this year.
This year's been a very big change for you. So what's the Swan? We've talked a little bit about prickly swan, grumpy swan, shut down, not communicating, or how dare you bring up that topic on the do not discuss list.
Yes,
I mean, unforgivable sin.
Yeah.
Cannot be done. So then you're a bit unreachable when you've had the melodrama, hysteria, upset, I'm so offended, how dare you, and then you go into dark swan.
Yep.
How's your husband supposed to reach you then, Jazzy?
Yeah, poor guy. It really frustrates him because he really wants to be able to talk about things, and which I love about him. He wants to be able to share and communicate
about
with me.
These things.
He's like, you shut down communication when you go to that.
And
I'm not talking about it. You know. I'm just
and how long? Yeah. I've had Jazzy in groups in early days say, I'm not doing this, I don't know, and walk out. And it's like, oh, beautiful. Look how far this woman's come.
Oh my God.
You've come so far.
I have actually. I do realise.
You've come so far.
Definitely.
So we've got that young at heart, fairy godmother, Peter Pan energy in Sparrow. But in the Swan, what is it that works for you for Swan? Like you just talked about healthy food.
Oh, yeah. So
tell us
to ground
about how that
the Sparrow.
works. Yes.
The Sparrow. So now I know the things I need to do to settle myself is get out on the earth.
Yep.
Or go out for a walk. Just be in nature, or whether I meditate, or sit and even stare at a candle flame or journal, or just take some deep breaths, do my stretches. I know the things I need to do now to stop it. When I can see it coming, it's like, that's no. Like, it's like telling the little kid, no.
Yep.
You go sit over there, we're fine. You're all right.
Yeah.
But it's self-parenting.
Self-parenting. So that's what you've been doing.
Yes, I'm not an A+ student at it yet.
We
but
all have bad weeks. Where
some weeks I just do wallow in it, and
Yeah.
I just and I know I'm doing it, but I know I'm doing it.
But you do know you're doing it
But
now?
I'm observing it. I'm going, okay, that's enough. You're not a victim, you know, but there are times when it's just so overwhelming, and there's this deep sadness and deep like, oh.
I wonder if any sparrows out there, or even nightingales, are relating to that deep overwhelm, deeply, oh, it's all too much.
Yeah, it's all too much, yeah.
And so that word's come up a lot, overwhelmed.
Yeah, that's...
I think that's a very good clue. I'm in my child, and my 3 or 4 year old needs me to zoom in, go and pick her up, attend to the feeling, but don't listen to the story of what she's telling about what's happening, because it won't be right. You have to sit with the feeling. We talked about that last week. in the hidden treasures of the shadow. Like, go inside, be present, press pause on that story, but come and be with the child and the feeling. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're wanting to be doing exercise too, though, Jazzy. I know that that's really important to you.
Oh, my fitness,
does your fitness help your swan get less grumpy? That's what.
Oh, massively. Yes, you need to. It's like, I guess because the swans were they like the tribal, the warriors. I think they need to get out that maybe the aggression. It does.
It's a powerful energy, isn't it?
Yeah, it grounds me so much. It's a must. Like, I can't not do some sort of form of movement every day, even when I first get up in the morning. Sometimes I don't want to get up. I'm sure everyone knows what
everyone will relate.
Especially in winter, and you want to stay cozy in bed. But I get myself up. My yoga mat's just there. Put on some music and do some movement. Do all my Tracy Anderson that I like to do. And just get the body moving and shake it out. Shake out the cobwebs.
And what happens for the rest of your day when you do that?
Oh, it's a much better day. Another thing I do is set an intention now. Every day is one of ease and grace. So that's one thing I've started doing recently, that this day is one of ease and, may this day be one of peace, harmony, ease and grace. And I do my movement. Maybe I do some journaling if I allow the time.
Yes, yeah.
That's another thing, Sparrows, I think time management, it's not good. Organisation.
Sparrows are the ones who are late unless they've got a good beaver in there, and then they're insulted that we would even suggest that they could be late. But they can be late, but they're not grounded. They're little birds and they've got a very fast energy, and they need to be creative, and they're either worrying or being creative.
Yeah.
Like, you have to choose. Your imagination can make a nightmare, or it could create something beautiful. And you're here to be really uplifting. What do you reckon the light sparrow is, Jess? Like, when you're in light sparrow, what do you feel?
I think you bringers of light, I guess, something that comes to mind, and you're playful, fun, a bit quirky.
Yes, quirky. They're all quirky, and you need to embrace it, not be embarrassed by it.
Yes, and I think that's why I like wearing sort of quirky things, but I'd be too scared to. I don't know what persona was that. I was like, oh no, you can't.
The swan.
Oh, the swan doesn't like that.
No. So the swan wants to be normal.
Fit in, just blend in.
Don't draw
look
attention
at
to
me.
yourself, because you might be ambushed.
Yes,
and you might be out of your depth and made to look stupid. So the swan says, tone it down. And the sparrow and the peacock are going, oh, I love
that. Yeah, and so.
So do you reckon you're getting braver about being your real style?
I am, and I can thank my friend, I think Sarah, actually, for that. She's always so wonderful, wearing bright colours, and she just embraces it. And I was like, I'm going to start doing more of that. And so since I've started wearing more colours lately, and embracing more of that quirkiness.
Yeah, and the flowers and all the beauty.
The red sunglasses and the jewellery, and I'm bringing all that back in. Yeah.
So if we look at when you were a little girl, you were doing those things, but then especially back, in our generation when we're being parented, it's like you've got to be practical. You need to get a job. You can't make money out of being a dancer or doing, those things, or being an actress or a model.
No.
Very few people make it, and you've got to pay the bills. We've all had that beaver parenting of our age group and older. I'm a lot older than you, but we've had that.
Yeah, definitely.
But so you went off to the corporate world, and you did get depression, and you were unhappy.
Massively, yeah.
Massively unhappy, but you feel trapped. Yeah. What can I do? What am I supposed to do? And then you meet your husband, is that right?
Yeah, and I met Travis when I was 29, turning 30.
Yeah.
Yep, and he was into raw food and health and fitness, and I completely did a 180, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, completely got into health and fitness and raw food, and got out of the corporate world. I worked for an organic store for a while, and that was great.
So what did your swan's heart and soul feel getting into that sort of...
Oh, it was so good. Like, I can't explain. It was just so good not working in an office anymore.
Yeah, you had to have that outdoor, that freedom.
I had to have, still went down a bit of a path with the raw food, and but that's another story.
You went a little bit extreme?
A bit extreme with the eating, I got a bit of an eating disorder there probably for a while. Yeah. A bit obsessive too, about raw, having to be raw, even though it wasn't for me.
What your body was saying, I can't do it totally. Some people can.
Some people can, yeah.
And some people can. Your husband absolutely can. He's a swan beaver.
Yeah.
He absolutely can, and other people can't. So you have to listen to your own body. There's no one prescription for anyone about anything. Hi, Judy. Judy's watching at work. She's been really bad. Hi, Judy. Judy's going to be a guest on Potluck Personas. She's going to take a day off work so she can be on the telly. Go, Judy. She's so interesting. I won't tell you her personas because that's the potluck. You never know what combination you're going to get. Okay, so you got out of that. You got into the raw food, and what did the little girl in you do though when you had a very strong provider husband? Strong swan, beaver. What pattern did you fall into unconsciously?
Unconsciously, before then, I was managing, having a job and paying my bills, and I love being independent. But something happened when we got married, and it was an unconscious thing that just went, oh, he's looking after me now. I don't have to do anything.
So let's have a look at what that might be in the personas. So we've got the sparrow, feels like I never grow up. I don't know what I'm going to be when I grow up. They can say that when they're 90.
Oh, yeah. I actually know someone who said that recently, and she's older than me.
Yeah.
I still don't know what it is what I want to do.
Yeah, and people can say that for everyone, and dogs can doubt what they're going to do. That's in the book as well.
Yes.
I don't know what I'm here for. I don't really have a passion. I just don't know.
Yep.
So they can meet someone who feels like the parental figure who's very strong, and I don't think I've ever met a bigger beaver than your husband.
No, and I was just reading that this morning. I'm like, oh my god,
that's so huge, and it's such hard work, and it's all work where you are all play. So we had an interesting extremes, didn't we? Here.
Oh yes.
So what do you reckon you're here to teach each other potentially?
So for me to teach him to be more playful and creative, lighten up a bit, loosen up. Rest a bit sometimes, and he's here to teach me to do a bit more work and to get things done and complete tasks before you do the play.
To follow through.
To have
have you ever felt like an underachiever, that you weren't doing yourself justice?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and what does that give? What feeling does that leave you with, Jazz? When you look
not good enough, or I don't know if it's a feeling, but just feeling depressed, I guess.
Yeah, so again,
sadness is a sadness.
There's a sadness because you're not honouring. Yeah. And because you've got a strong peacock who wants to be out there. Hi, Kirsty. Nice. Another sparrow, another primary sparrow dog there. Yay. She's so going to get this. So I'm sorry, our messages are sideways, so we actually can't read them. They're sort of wonky. Normally they go across the bottom, but they're going this way. It's just such as life. Yeah. We just go with the flow.
Let's go with it.
Yeah, so we've got the dog doing the I'm not good enough. But when you've got a lion who wants to be seen and known, and you've got a peacock that wants to be seen and succeeding, and you've got a strong swan, and then the other personas are not letting you do it. Do you see how we can get a split? We can have a real conflict inside, and you have a war inside. Yes. And if we stay in child, we just close our eyes. Well, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
Fuck it then.
Yeah. Beautifully said. Yeah. That's exactly how it is. That's exactly how it goes. Yeah. So, Michael's there. Hello, my darling, in the Gold Coast. So lovely to see you. Another one who's got a big sparrowbird nightingale too. Oh. So lovely to have you people join us. I look forward to this. I get nervous because it's only my third one. We were so nervous, but it's just lovely to have it feels like this community, this a connection with people that we're really trying to know who we are and be the best version we can of ourselves, and we're really wanting to honour what you came for, and that this language is evidence for you, Jazz. If we look at your life, it is evidence that what you'd love to do. Tick, 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 all 6 personas go, yep. And the way you're going to do it, if you could just throw in sprinkle a bit of that beaver in.
Yes.
Oh, wow, Leanne, hi. How lovely to see you. Thank you. If you could just sprinkle a bit of beaver in, it'll all come. It'll work. It's that steady consistency, follow through, routine, what have you.
Yep, I have to constantly
You have to constantly work on that.
Working on that and having my list on the whiteboard and getting those things. Even when I was like, I just don't want to do that now. I was like, no, you have to.
No, but the adult takes over. Don't you feel better?
I'm much better. Just get it done.
Yeah. So for me, I've got to do the dog. I've got to be kind and sweet and not say, for fuck's sake, Jazz, get yourself together, which we might have had on a couple of phone calls.
I never really take offence though. I know that's just how you are.
Yeah, that's just how I am. Yeah. No, you know it's done in
love. Exactly, because I know it's coming from a place
It's done in love.
Yeah,
and it's like, let's shift out of this because you've got an amazing personality that's got stuff to do. We've all got stuff to do. Yes. And I likened it, I think the other day on a meme, I said it's like with climate change emergency. There's no time. We can't be stuffing around. There's no time to say, let's see what happens next generation. It is now, this year, this next 12 months, this 10 years, but this 12, 18 months. But it's the same macro, it's the same for our lives. It is time. We're shedding a lot of stuff at the moment, ways of being what we used to do. I used to do loads of workshops. I'm not doing workshops anymore, I'm doing this instead. I never thought that would happen, but it is the right time to make the shift. There's a lot of things that it's the right time to make the shift. And when we get out of our child, which has all that static going on, and it has like that fax noise that you used to hear on the phone going all around, and then the fake news going, I can't do this, I'm not good enough, they won't like it, I'll look stupid, I'll stand out. You know, those are the words you've said today. When you can turn them off, you start to get the messages from your soul, I want you to do this, why don't you try that? So like my soul said, interview Jazz. She's doing really well, isn't she?
Thank you.
She's doing really well. She's doing really, really, really well. And did you notice sparrows laugh a lot?
Yes.
They giggle a lot. But that's part of your
that's
quirkiness.
A nervous
it's
thing
nervous,
too,
but it's
think,
also a joy of life.
Yes.
My husband has Sparrow too. We started off with it as fifth, but then we had to admit it kept creeping up.
Yeah.
And now he's a Peacock Sparrow. And the Sparrow is such a joy of life. And love people and so tolerant and so modest. And there's like a sunshine, you're like a ray of sunshine. But in the dark, when you're worried and frenetic and anxious
and tell everyone about it.
Telling everyone about it, telling everyone on Facebook about it, and
every single person.
And then hypochondriac about my health, and I've got this, I've got that. And so it's such a powerful imagination. You've got the strongest light child imagination of everyone.
Yeah.
But when you turn that into fears, oh my God, you guys, self-traumatizing.
Yeah, and then it's frustrating for the other ones. Like,
it's totally frustrating. So you played, we sort of going, I'll bring us back to where we were. So you sort of went into being the child with Travis because he was such a strong swan beaver. And a lot of sparrows marry swans, interesting enough, because they want that strong, masculine, I'll provide. And it's like, oh great, I don't have to carry that responsibility, because sparrows don't believe they can really do it. They don't believe they can stand on their own 2 feet. And yet they can. They're incredibly feisty. If you've ever seen an offended sparrow, Jazz.
They go off.
Do they go off? This is where they think they're ravens. They go off, they swear, how dare you? But that's not the same as what ravens do, because ravens will tear strips of your vulnerabilities and expose it in public from the time you're 4 years old until, won't we, Rance? Until we're older. And we'll point out the thing that you are most ashamed of, and we'll say it to the whole world. Sparrows don't do that, but they swear at people. They go off their faces and get really, really offended. Yeah. But actually it reflects how they fear they're stupid, and they fear they're out of their depth, and they fear that they don't get it. Do you ever feel like you miss jokes? You don't get it?
I'm like,
what are they talking about?
And then stupid.
And then you feel stupid. And then what do you do when you feel stupid? What's the child's default setting?
I'm trying to think now.
So someone's done it, and then they go blank. That's what they do. You just did it.
Yeah. Okay. Right on cue. Like,
right on cue.
Yeah.
You just did it. So they'll go, oh, I don't get this, or they're talking about something, and maybe you weren't paying attention.
Yeah, that happens absent-minded. Definitely.
Yeah, because remember, you find it hard to focus.
Definitely.
That's an innate part of the sparrow.
Yeah.
And you'll spend a lot of time being a chameleon, being people, being like that. So you don't really know what your opinion is or what you're about.
Yeah.
So you're like that person, and then you might have gone off in your own mind for a moment somewhere, and then the conversation's moved on, you haven't been listening.
Oh, that happens so much.
And then you'll feel inadequate and stupid. And if someone's to say something, I've just said that, Jazz, or how...
Oh my God. I actually do more aware now that I do it, so I will say I'm really sorry I haven't been.
But how did you used to respond when you were fully child?
Oh, so before that, and just... I'd be embarrassed. And then I'd probably get all...
And then you do Swan.
Yeah, and then I go to the...
This is what we do, people. We go bang, bang, bang.
And then
Terrible.
I'm finding it hard to put into words. Sparrows find it hard to articulate.
Sparrows don't think thank you. Sparrows think, I don't know how to say it properly, so I won't say it. And so does the dog.
Yeah.
So you've got the sparrow and the dog through the core of you, and it's like, oh, well, I don't know how to say it, so I just give up.
Yeah, I feel like I have to use a lot of words to get to a point. And sometimes I won't get to a point.
So sparrows talk. They over talk, so do parrots. I think you've got parrot as well.
Yeah, parrot's in there too.
Lovely. So we're going to over talk, but we actually don't really know what it is we're trying to say. And then people can find it a little bit difficult. The other thing that I've noticed with sparrows is they cry wolf.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm really sick. Oh, it's really
terrible. Yes, overstate
exaggerate. It's melodramatic.
Yeah.
And then when they are really sick, people just go, yeah, right.
Yeah, right. We've heard that before.
Yeah. So it can be quite draining.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know others like this as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but it's not all bad news. These are the things that you used to do, and because it was such a weird, big shift from Sparrow to Swan, that was a very big shift,
yes.
and it was hard for you to know which personas you had where, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was for a while. We always knew Sparrow was number one.
Yeah.
But,
yes, but the rest.
I thought Dog was second, but then Swan's definitely. As I've gotten to know this work and work with it more, I'm like, oh no, Swan's definitely second.
So, doing this work where you were falling into being a little girl with your husband, how did that work in the marriage? Can you see the facetiousness? I'm being such a bitch now.
No.
Because this happens all the time. Sparrows marry swans, and the sparrows talk too much. How do swans like over talking sparrows? How do they react to that?
Yeah, not good. No. I don't like it. No, and you're in imagination land.
Oh yeah, it's airy fairy. It's not reality.
Yeah.
You're off with the fairies.
Yeah.
And
they can go a bit cold. Well,
a bit.
Some swans either go hot or cold.
Yeah, but they all end up cold. They might have a hot to start with, but then they go cold.
Yeah.
Some just go cold.
Yeah.
And so they don't want to talk.
No.
So have you ever found in your marriage you wished he talked more and he might have wished you talked less?
Yes, although he is a bit unusual in that he does want to talk about certain things, but although no, you're right. I would like him to get more excited about things.
Oh look, we can't get excited, Jazz. Don't get your hopes up, because what if it doesn't happen? You'll be disappointed.
Yeah.
This is the default setting in the Swan. Don't get their hopes up. Calm it down.
He seems very calm, very neutral.
Yeah. Well, we'll wait and see if it actually happens. You know, Abby, who is my business partner, and if I get excited about something, he always comes in with Swan and says, well, just wait. We'll just wait and see if that happens. We're not going to get excited. It's like it's the golden rule. So when you get very excited.
Oh, yeah. And I want him to be with me in that, and then he's just not. And I'm like, I will fuck you up.
And see, then her Swan comes out.
And then the Swan for me comes out. He goes,
and yeah, see, that's not the dog response. We'll fuck you up.
No, that's not.
No, that's not the dog response.
That's the Swan.
That's definitely the Swan response.
Definitely the Swan and Sparrow Swan are very strong.
And do we have a haughty peacock in there?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Can we do? So we got a double whammy coldness here. So isn't it lovely?
Yes, actually.
You're such a great person, Jazz.
Yeah.
So. No, it's great. I'm a bitch too. Like we all are. This is where. But do you see? I want to say to people, can you see when you can laugh at your shadows? It's not all of who you are.
No,
this is when we're struggling.
Yeah.
These are default settings, and nobody knows our mix. No one knows how to parent us. No one knows how to parent you, because you've got this unique mix no one else has got.
That's right.
And you go bang, 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 and it's like if you don't share those personas, you haven't got a clue what's making you tick and what you're about. So you go from, and it takes a long time, but when you can see it and you can laugh about it, laughter's the highest state. You start to accept it, own it, laugh about it, and that's how you shift out of it. If you hate yourself for it, you will stay in the child. So we don't want that. That's not what we want. So we can do the fun-loving, enthusiastic, and then you feel like someone makes you feel a bit stupid. You're feeling stupid, but you feel like others made you feel stupid. That's actually your story.
It's actually
every Sparrow story.
Yeah.
Then you do the Swan. And you cut down and well, fuck you then.
Yeah.
And then
fuck everyone.
Yeah. Or swans don't like people.
No, I don't like people.
I hate people. Swans are the ones who just can't stand people.
Be on my own, shut out the world.
Yeah, self-sufficient. And then what does the peacock do? Would the peacock like to do a bit of shopping?
Yeah, exactly. Peacock wants to go out and have. Well, I was doing dry July until the 11th of July, and I was like, the peacock wanted to go out for bubbles, so it's like, well,
champagne. Where's my
champagne. I'm going. I want to go out. I want to dress up.
Absolutely fabulous people. This is if you want to know Peacock. The Kardashians. We're talking Peacock on steroids.
Yeah.
So you want to go out and have a bit of fun. So when you feel repressed and oppressed by that, then your peacock will want to act out.
Totally.
Let's get on the internet. Oh, I'd like to buy that.
Oh, totally. Yeah, I have been doing a little bit of that. Well, actually, yeah, because I bought a free expensive cake mixer just recently because I want to get back into baking. So.
Yeah. So then that's the dog goes. Yeah, well, that's fair enough then because we want to bake and that's our business.
And it's for business.
It's for business. So we're allowed to. So, but then the peacock can also do really cold haughty, don't you think?
Oh,
where it's just totally.
Yeah. Yes.
Superior judgment. Oh
totally.
my God,
Down.
do you see what they're wearing?
Oh my God. Yeah.
It's appalling. they?
Yeah, totally.
If only they saw themselves in the
You
mirror.
should.
They look disgusting. It's time they did something about it. Someone should go and give that girl a makeover.
I think that was just the other day. I was like, that poor woman. Did she look like?
Aren't we bitches?
I was like,
I
oh, that's
know.
terrible. I was like, you know what? Stop.
Every time
And I
we're in
stopped it,
judgment,
yeah.
every time we're in judgment, and we can all do judgment,
Yes, we all do.
but the Peacock will do judgments about external appearances. And I've got a bit of Peacock's 5, so I go there. But it's a judgment of myself. I'm feeling really ugly.
That's
I'm feeling
exactly
really
right.
overweight.
That's
I'm
exactly
feeling
right.
really unhealthy. I'm feeling really revolting. And it's not hard for me to get there. I can get there very, very quickly. And to have to work that it's not about any of that, and to see people and see underneath that. But anytime you're judging anyone on any level, know that it's mirror.
Back, yeah.
I'm judging myself here, and I'm needing, my child wants to feel a little bit superior just for a few minutes because I'm feeling so bad.
Yeah.
about myself.
Yes. Yeah.
You told me the other day that you saw something on Netflix that you got very excited about and really inspired you, and I think it tells us a little bit about what your soul is all about, your 6 personas, what you're really about, and your destiny,
Yes.
really, your purpose, which is what this work is about, helping us come to our purpose.
Yes.
When you start to accept and laugh at and love and own all the good bits and the bad bits of what we've got. You can't have the good bits without the bad bits.
Yeah.
And they're not even bad, they're just lessons, as we learnt last week. So, what would tell us about that wonderful thing you saw?
So the chef's table, I think it
Yeah.
was season 4, and it was she's a pastry chef that I was watching, Christina Tozzi, I think her name
Yeah.
is, and she knew from a young age that's what I cried at, because she just knew she loved baking, she loved making cookies, and that's what she was going to make her life.
Amazing.
And now she's got this amazing. I mean, she worked hard. She went to culinary school, and now she has, I think, like a shop or cafe called Milk Bar in New York City, and you know, she's such a cult following, and she's doing what she loves, and it just made me realise.
So, what were the tears for you, and what did that make you realise?
Realise that I love my baking. That's what I was doing when I was a teen. It's like, but when I was a teen, and what happened? Why was I?
So did real life come in and
I was
go and do the beaver world, and you're a no beaver?
Totally, I was totally, just go and work go and get an office job, go to business school.
Yeah.
But it just...
So those things that energised your soul, that fed you, that excited you.
Yeah, whether it was photography or beading or baking or knitting or whatever, anything that's creative. Really.
Yes.
I know you can't have a job doing that. You can't make money doing that.
No.
That was a lie that I was told. But now I'm just like, in the recent years and more than ever now, like, no, that's rubbish.
Yeah.
know.
So let's hear what's your dream, and we're going to pop the personas in and see how they validate that. Have you found that knowing this over the last couple of years, has it helped you believe in what you're here to do more, and has it helped you be more confident about stepping out and doing what you're here to do?
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Would you have taken yourself seriously if you didn't know?
No. So having this work is understanding myself more now, and knowing that I have no option but to follow my heart's calling, whatever that is. It has to be creative.
Has to be creative.
Has to be creative. That's why I like making the raw cakes and like the baking, and so that it's like I want to. The dream for me is to be completely self-reliant, which is the Sparrow's life lesson, isn't it?
Yes. So
Complete self-reliant. So to be able to work completely for myself, joyfully for myself.
From joy.
From joy. It has to be in a joyful way.
Joy and gratitude, like you spoke beautifully earlier about the gratitude, ease and peace. And, And that's what Sparrows are here to show us, about that innocent, trusting, love, joy. But you knit. You do so many things. There has to be variety, doesn't there?
Yeah, I do love the variety. Absolutely. That's why working a corporate job 40 hours a week in the, sitting in a cubicle, I just, oh my God, ugh.
Yeah, I think many people are going to relate to that and not.
I hated it.
So you will be depressed if you do that. So the dream for you now is you now have a raw cake business, and I can attest it's absolutely superb. I love it. I'm addicted to it.
Thank you.
So it's just stunning food. And you just do it so easily. And me with no dog, who doesn't cook, I don't cook ever. I'm in awe of how you just throw it together and it comes out, and it's just beautiful. I think it's amazing. So you love being in the kitchen.
Being in the kitchen, making food, creating new dishes, and baking's definitely come back in for me in a really big way. I haven't really been doing that much, so I'm bringing that back.
So what's the dream? Let's talk big picture now. The dream. What's Jazzy going to do and make her life about? Come on, be brave. If you can't even
God.
say it, you can't do it. If you can't think it, you can't do it. If you can't say it, you
Well,
can't do it.
to
We're not
me-
saying it has to be done by next month.
No, but
We're saying this is what I want to unfold. The more you catch yourself in child, the less time you spend.
I go
Is that
blank.
right?
I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to say? What am I going to say? I'm going to get it wrong.
Okay.
But to
you
be
can't
able
get
to
it wrong,
have a
it's yours.
successful YouTube channel would be great in showing people how to make these amazing, probably more plant-based foods as well, vegan, not necessarily vegan, but
you include
healthy
that?
foods, and I'm going to include that, yeah.
So let's have a look at food.
People.
Dog loves the food. Swan loves healthy food, organic food. Peacock loves gourmet food. Was there something about high teas?
Oh yeah, there was wanting to put on high teas either here in this beautiful home that I live in, or in other venues. Because I live in a beautiful region of the Margaret River region. So that's definitely been a dream for me for a long time, actually, putting on healthy high teas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, how amazing.
Yeah.
I tell you what, peacocks will be there in spades.
Yeah, but they'll still be bubbled.
Champagne is one of the addictions of our peacocks.
Wow, yeah.
They just love it, but they love
In
that.
moderation.
In moderation. But yeah, the healthy stuff, so if you've got peacock and swan, you'll be going, yeah, I'm there. That sounds wonderful. So what holds you back then, darling?
I think it's now the word logistics, whereas before it was just fear that I can't do it. I know I can do it. It can be done. It's just the logistics,
So
the
the planning?
beaver stuff, the planning.
Yeah.
Which is, and I get overwhelmed thinking I don't even know where to start. So, I'm just not going to do it. It just doesn't happen.
But you have started some because you're selling your food to restaurants.
Yeah, so the raw cakes have been going for a while now. So we've been doing
So how did you overcome that logistics and the fear of I can't do it? How did you overcome that?
First of all, it was with my husband.
Yeah.
So I guess he was managing a bit of that as well. Although once you get into it, it's not that hard to do. You just do it.
Exactly.
And
like
now
this video?
Yeah, like this video.
Exactly.
Totally.
Once you do it, it's actually not that hard. So it's starting is the hardest.
Just starting. It's just, you know what? I noticed that was something else just the other day. With anything, whether it's exercise, you just stop telling yourself stories.
Yeah.
That you can't do it, or that it's too hard, or
Fantastic.
just take the first step, isn't it?
Take the first step. Make a step each day if you can.
Yep.
To what do I want to do? And it might be just write a few notes. Hi Jess. Jess is watching.
Hi,
Jessie. So nice to see you.
Jessie.
Jessie and I will be doing podcasts very soon, everyone. So you'll look forward to that. So it's just making a list. It's if we could love our child enough to say, I'm not up for it today to do a whole big thing. There are some days it's like,
not today.
I can't do it.
Yes.
But what could I do that's a little thing that says, I
Totally.
still believe in my dream.
Yeah.
I still want to do it. So for me, after I finished the book, I thought I'm going to make some memes because I'm brain dead. I can't do anything. So I just sat down at my desk because I still wanted to work. And I just started doing the memes, and I've got 412 there now, ready to go.
Wow.
So, but I just did that because that was all I could do.
Yes.
I couldn't do anything big. I couldn't do anything that required really thinking at another level. It was just, and that was really nice. So I listen and follow. What can I do today? But I stay on course. I think one of the most important things for no beaters, but for everyone, when you've got high energy and you're enthusiastic, Jazz.
Yes.
We don't have that every day of the week, do we?
Yeah, no.
So when you're enthusiastic, you get a lot done, yes?
Yes, I get more done, and I get on a bit of a roll. And when you get those things done, you get momentum.
And how's the achievement and the fulfillment?
Oh my God, it feels amazing.
Yeah, and so that's self-love. That is the act of self-love.
That's right.
It's the action of
Absolutely.
self-love.
You've got to take action.
The thing that we need to remember is when you don't have high energy, you don't give up your plan. Like the dream is still there, even though today it feels ridiculous. I'm going to fail.
Yeah.
I'm going to be laughed at. Like me doing this video, I thought I'm going to get 37 likes.
Yeah.
And my lion's going to die.
Yeah.
And then
Yes,
some other more mainstream therapists out there are going to look at her and go, she's a complete charlatan. Get her off. Which is my raven sphere. Yeah. So whoever you are going to find your deepest fears are going to come up. Oh, I could see myself on the cross. They're just about to light the match.
Wow.
I
Okay.
dreamed
Yeah,
that
right.
before. I literally dreamed that. I dream of being beheaded.
Yeah.
I literally dreamed that. And then it's like, but I have to say yes to the dream regardless. So we'll do it. And if there's 37 likes, well, great. Humility lesson number 4023. And I'll take it. Thank you, because it's all good. Everything that happens, whatever happens, there's gold in it for me. There's gold in it for us.
There really is.
I would encourage everyone, stick to your dream. And it's on the down days and in the child's going to say, don't do the dream. It's going to resist and stop and don't do it. But you actually just have to keep going with the dream, going, no, we're doing it anyway. I might not do a lot today. I might do a centimetre. Tomorrow I'll do 10 miles. but I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Like, don't let your child drive the car. Don't let them have that say. No. It's just too important. No. And your soul gets sick.
Yeah,
your soul really gets that's anxiety, that's depression, that's a lot of what's my meaning of life. You've got to do what your soul is, and no one's walked your path before. It's got to be your unique path.
Yes.
Which is so fantastic. So, are we going to keep on doing these things, my darling?
Absolutely, yes. Full steam ahead.
Full steam ahead.
Yes.
And on the days where it's not, what do you do to help your child move out of child? So, what are some strategies that work for you?
So like I said before, with the movement or grounding, if I'm feeling really
so nature, the Swan, nature, movement,
nature's
exercise,
really yep,
creating,
or just I just have to stop or maybe listening to something on YouTube, like a speaker.
Yeah, someone who brings you back.
So Eckhart Tolle's one I go to sometimes because he brings.
Fantastic.
I feel like calm. Or there's a couple that I like to listen to, or read and I'll go and read a bit about my personas
and then
look at the antidote and what I need to do to refer back to the book. It's an amazing user guide.
It's meant to be a textbook for life, isn't it?
It is. It's not just one you just read and put aside. It's actually there to be used.
To go back. So when you're inspiring, then you can laugh at yourself and go, oh my God. Yes. And I can laugh at myself when my raven's coming out.
Yeah.
And I can see the antidote. Now, I don't want to do the antidote. You don't want to do the antidote. None of us in child want to do the antidote. No. But don't anyone please write in and tell me it's hard.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. That's the whole work of life. That's the point of life. The most important skill of life is to move from child into adult and to know you're in child. You know you're in child now a lot. Yeah. Don't you?
Yeah. Anytime you're reactive or you know.
I found that for sparrows that they like jigsaws.
Oh, I remember, yes. So I haven't done a jigsaw since I was
Get a beautiful picture of a big jigsaw, and when you feel yourself starting to spin out a little bit because you get very ungrounded out of your body, come back. It might be knitting, colouring in, adult colouring in. Remember how they were so popular a little while ago?
Yes.
If you do that, and it's like you can't be colouring in and working out the design, and they're brilliant designers, sparrows. They're brilliant artists. They're beautiful with pulling all that together. Put some nice music on. Put that on, do your jigsaw, and honestly, within 20 minutes, you'll be in a different place. Yeah. And then your adult can work out now what's right for us to do today. And I would really encourage you to listen to what's right for me today. Go a bit out of your comfort zone. If we keep doing the same thing we've always done, nothing's going to change.
No, that's right.
So someone said, yes, I do 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzles.
Excellent.
Awesome.
I want to find a good one.
Yeah, because you can't be, when you're trying to find that missing piece, do you see how it brings the focus in?
Yeah, totally. It's a good meditate.
It's an active meditation. It's an active meditation.
That's perfect. That'd be good for me.
And can I just say, I meant to get to this before, but in your marriage, now that you both know this language, how have things changed between you and
immensely. When we had that session with you, I still remember that day so clearly. It was just like, oh, thank God, because we were just at each other. Like, it was going to be, the word divorce kept coming out, and I just wanted to leave all the time. And this.
Yeah, sparrows. Do you keep saying I'm going to leave all the time?
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. I'm not.
That's it. I'm out.
I'm not doing it.
He's out.
Yeah. How exhausting is it to not be in the marriage and to keep saying, "Oh, I'm not doing it then. I'm not doing it then."
That's just keeps you stuck, and it's just a shit place to be.
How do you feel about your marriage now?
Oh, it's the most amazing thing. I love him so much, and we have come so much closer together. Because of this work, because of the understanding of each other. He gets me and I get him, and we can help each other when we're in child now.
Yeah.
You might not always like it, but it's
when you're in child, you're very different.
Yeah.
And then when you're an adult, you really love what the other is bringing.
Yeah, absolutely.
To you.
And I see that more than ever now. Since he's been away for a while with work, I actually really have a deeper appreciation and respect for him, and why he would get frustrated with me for not doing certain things and procrastinating or not just doing general household stuff, because he would just do it.
Yeah,
that's the beaver in him, though. He would
you could get lazy and think, "Oh, he can do it."
Yeah, I just didn't see that it needed to be done. But now that he's been away for a little while, I'm like, oh, okay, I get what he meant.
Yeah,
there is a household to run. I have to be an adult now. I was being a bit of a child and just letting him be.
And then if you brought it up being prickly and resentful.
Oh, and I wasn't doing it, and he'd say, you could do a bit more, and that. Oh my God, so offended and insulted, and how dare you say I'm not doing enough, and what do you mean I'm not doing enough? And, but I get.
Were you doing enough?
No, I see what. Yeah,
Do you
no,
see?
no.
The thing is, now you can own it, but when we're in child, we're so defensive.
Oh my God, we're crazy defensive.
And
That's the child.
yeah.
Only the child can be defensive or insulted.
Oh, exactly. I was talking to a client the other day, and they'd done something, and their partner called them out on it, and he spent an hour and a half trying to justify what he'd done.
Oh my God.
Now there should be a clue there. Oh, hi Julie, that's something. My sister's there. How lovely.
Oh.
If you have to spend an hour and a half trying to justify and convince your partner that what you were doing was not child, it was actually completely justified, you are fucked.
Yeah.
It's a technical term. It's my diagnosis.
Yeah.
You definitely, you're in child. And what would it cost you to own it? Like, take it on. Wow, was I being really judgmental in that moment? Oh my God, maybe I was.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you're going to be out in the doghouse and abandoned in that next moment. It just means just to own it. Remember we talked about last week, own it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to, that's the thing.
It's the secret to having a great marriage is actually I'll take on board what you're saying, and some of it's mine, and sometimes it will be you projecting on me or me projecting on you.
Yeah.
But you have to have the courage to listen, don't you?
Yes.
And go really consider, actually I have done that, and maybe I was manipulative, maybe I was selfish, maybe I was a real bossy bitch then.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, that was really inconsiderate. You get loved more when you own it. When you deny it, it's just another brick wall between you that makes it so difficult.
Totally.
Don't try and get it owned in the moment. It's always good to have a bit of space to come back afterwards. So Jazzy, what do you love about your personas before we have a little treat for everyone here? So what I like to say in the book, my dream at the end, I wrote in the conclusion of User Guide to Humans, my dream is that you fall in love with your personas, because then you fall in love with yourself.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So what do you love about who you are?
I love that there's being creative and being into health and fitness. It's my life. It's what I'm about. And dancing and having. Oh, I'm going a bit. See the sparrows now. I don't know.
But you do know.
I do know.
But every sparrow who does that, you actually do know. So take a breath.
Just take a breath.
Okay, so you love
Peacock
all of those things.
Loves the beauty and loving fashion and the cooking. I love being in the kitchen and the colours. Yes, having more colour in my life, bringing that back in. And I love my kitty cats. And
this is the sparrows. They love their animals too, of course. Just
cats.
Adore them.
I do.
What would you love to be giving of yourself to people for the rest of your life? Like, what is it that you would love?
My creations, whatever it is I create, to share that with the world.
Yes.
We all have to.
So the Swan doing the self-sufficient fuck off, I hate everybody.
Well, not that.
But you could get stuck there for decades.
Yeah, you could. Like if you don't get out of that.
And if you're not brave, that's where you'll go.
Yeah, you've got to be brave. That's it. I'm learning really now. Like even doing this has been.
Today's a big day.
That's being brave,
Totally.
Oh my God, it's been.
How does it feel having disclosed your story to?
Yeah, really, really good actually. The minute you started, when we were practicing, I felt really. I still feel a bit nervous, but the minute you actually started recording live, something changed.
Yeah,
and I just knew that. Yes, and I called in extra support, divine support.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, it's all meant to be. Like I said to Jazzy, let's not try and be perfect. I spent the whole first live not looking at the camera because I didn't know where it was.
Yeah.
Very professional here. Very, very high standard. But it's not about that. It's actually about sharing our stories so that other people can go, oh, I've got that. Oh, I have that. Oh, that's like me too. And you don't feel alone. You feel like if you've got these personas, you share the same shadows and we can laugh about them. And that's how we shift out really quickly. Yeah. So there's a lot to love about you. You're a one of a kind.
Thank you. Yes.
And you've been really brave. Jazzy's 40. As like every sparrow, she doesn't look it. They all look young for their age. But you've moved enormously this year. I have actually, I do feel proud of that. There's, definitely and becoming more of an adult. I'm 40 now, but it's like I'm only really coming into being an adult. I see so many people living from their child. A lot of people are actually in their child. Yeah. And it feels sad, doesn't it, when you see it? It does, yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, and that's why I want them to know this work, so they can... So that sets them free. Totally, yes, exactly. Set you free. Yes. Okay, speaking of being free, we haven't mentioned Jazz's big passion.
Yeah, that's what I was having to hold back from that before.
So you want to tell them and how you learnt it. Let's hear about your passion, and we're going to have a little look at her passion in a moment.
So hula hoops came into my life a few years ago after my beautiful friend Casey was sharing her videos of her hula hoop dancing. And I thought, what is this? One day I was decided in February 2016, I can't remember the date, but I was like, I'll just look up a YouTube video. My intuition just said, and so I did, and from then I
never stopped.
Oh my God, it was just obsessed.
So what happens to you when we're going to see Jazzy do this in a moment? She's the most beautiful, exquisite dancer. It's like what we talked about when you were a little girl, all coming together.
Yes.
And I am in awe because I can't put 2 feet together. I'm the worst dancer in the world. I will never. Trevor said, will you do a hula hoop with Jazz? I said, not this lifetime. No.
I could never imagine.
No, it's not going to happen. My sister loves hula hooping as well.
Oh,
so this is a very Sparrow thing. But what happens to you when you're in the zone? What's it feel like?
It just feels like, well, beautiful. I can't even put it into words actually, how I just feel connected.
Totally in alignment.
Totally in alignment, and I just don't. I pick up the hula hoops every day. That's something else I do first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
To get out of child first. Actually, something I do is often hula hoop as well in the morning if I'm not doing my stretches.
Yeah.
To move the body and wake it up.
So
it's
Rachel,
actually not just for children.
No. So Rachel, who's a primary Sparrow, who's just tuned in.
Yeah.
Gorgeous woman who knows this work inside out. Hula hooping's the answer, Rach.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Hula hoop with me.
And you've got a Instagram.
Yes, it's 1 word or 3 words together, which is Spin Flow Sparrow.
Spin Flow Sparrow.
Yeah.
And you're going to do some tuition stuff there that people can watch and learn how to do it at home when you don't have time to go to classes.
Yes.
Like it's sharing, and then some of your gorgeous cooking stuff.
Yeah.
You're going to start sharing this
I
stuff
am.
now.
That's something else, a dream, is to share the hula hooping tutorials.
The cooking,
online.
or anything creative.
Anything that's creative, I want to share it. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so now you're committed. There you go.
I'm here.
All right, my darling.
All right,
we're going to put some music on and we're going to have a look at the most exquisite, beautiful dance. And can I thank you, Jazz?
Thank you.
For just being so courageous today and so sharing so honestly, and being the first one is not easy. And you've just been a pure delight, because sparrows are a pure delight, and I love them and I love you.
Oh, thank you. I
Thank
love
you,
you too.
my
I
darling.
love Katie. I love your work.
Okay.
You've been such a great help. Thank you so
My
much.
pleasure.
in
Let's
my
have a
life.
look at you. Let's have a look at you.
All right.
I'm just going to, it's very technical. We're going to get the music going.
Can you get the music going? Okay, it's ready to go there.
Okay, take it away, and I'm going to flip the camera. Okay, get into zone. Okay, so you've got the music?
Yeah, where do you want me to do you wanna...
Okay, go for it, darling. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. That was unbelievable. So now we'll be really professional and turn around. Okay, how good was Jazz?
Hi.
How amazing and how beautiful was our Jazzy. Have a good week, everyone. It's been lovely doing this. We're going to do a whole lot of variety of people coming in for potluck personas, like a potluck roast, and totally different mixes so that you start to get a feel for how this language works in people's lives. And we'll intersperse it with solo ones with me. If you want anything discussed, please let me know. Be kind to yourself. Lots of love, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Bye.
Love you, Katie.
Thanks,
Bye.
darling.